Sunday afternoon here at the Big A. It's the finale between the Angels and the division-leading Texas Rangers. Hi, everyone. From inside the Big A, I'm Victor Rojas along with Mark Gubica. Glad you could join us for Angels baseball once again. And last night, if you thought last night was a terrific pitching matchup, wait till you see what we have in store for this afternoon. Cliff Lee, the league leader in ERA, going up against Jared Weaver, the Angels ace and the strikeout leader in the American League. Terrific matchup nonetheless.
Victor, both these guys throw a lot of strike. They attack the strike zone with a number of pitches. Both have very good fastballs. Of course, Jared, the same thing. Got a fastball 88 to 92. That great curveball will throw both the lefties and righties. Been a solid slider. Of course, his changeup is the difference maker. Now, Cliff Lee doesn't wow you at 95 or 98, but he hits 90, 91, hits his spots inside, outside, pitches east to west, exceptionally well. Throws a good curveball and a good changeup. Doesn't allow many stolen bases against. And look at the walks by both of them. 7 walks on the entire season for Cliff Lee. And, of course, Jared Weaver's around the zone himself with that electric slider curveball combination.
The amazing thing is that both of those guys have terrific stuff, and because of lack of offense or production, both stuck at 9 wins. We're obviously pulling for Jared Weaver. Of course, on the offensive side, it was a tough struggle last night against Rich Harden. He threw the ball exceptionally well, but one guy that did get on the board, it was Howie Kendrick with the home run, and even playing first base. He's doing a nice job for the Angels.
Great job defensively, no matter where Mike Socha put it, but his swing the last night, even the pitch before he hit this home run, and the previous at bat hit a rocket to center. This one, dead center field on a fastball out over the plate. When you see how he hit the ball at the middle to right center, that means he's going to get locked back in. Solid at first base last night, made a couple of spectacular plays, has played great defense at second where he's going to be out there today. So look for him to play defense and get that swing going and creating opportunities to score runs.
Well, like you pointed out, Howie back at second base. The Texas Rangers minus Josh Hamilton out for the second consecutive game. Like we said, we've got a beautiful day for baseball. We've got lineups and first pitch when we return. Jack in the Box. Right now, get Jack's Big Chicken Sandwich Combo served with curly fries and a drink for only $3.99 plus tax at participating restaurants. And by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. It's here, but not forever. Now through September 7th at your local Lexus dealers. They're inside the Big A live shot here. This beautiful stadium. Great crowd expected this afternoon. We've had great crowds the first two games of this series. Of course, the Angels took game one on Friday night, the 9-7 victory in which Irvin Santana went 6 innings and picked up his 10th win last night. The battle of former Oakland Athletics, Dan Herron and Rich Harden, with Rich Harden picking up the win, his 4th of the year, and Dan Herron suffering the loss. Angels just now taking the field wearing their sleeveless uniforms. It's always a good look, especially on a gorgeous day like today. We'll take a look at the starting lineup for the Texas Rangers. First place in the American League West with a 61-43 record. They've got Elvis Andrus leading things off at shortstop. Michael Young playing third. David Murphy in left field. Vladimir Guerrero had that 2-run home run last night. He is the DH. Nelson Cruz in right. Christian Guzman at second base. Mitch Moreland, who played Friday night, is back at first base this afternoon. Taylor Teagard seeing his first action of the series behind the plate. Julio Bourbon batting ninth and playing center field. Taking on the right-hander that we've already spoken so highly about, Jared Weaver.
Jared Weaver, very good record, 9-7 record. Of course, got 155 punch-outs. Got that great fastball, curveball, slider, and changeup combination. 4-4 in his career against the Rangers, including a shutout, 7 shutout innings versus Texas at home. Big thing for Jared. Throw that fastball in and use your secondary pitches once you establish that fastball against a good hitting club like the Texas Rangers.
Well, just like anything else, when we talk about Jared Weaver, we talk about the defense behind him. And take a look at the Angels defensively, brought to you by Jeep. This afternoon, you've got Willits, Hunter, and Rivera from left to right. Callaspo, Ibar, Kendrick, and Napoli around the infield from third to first, with Bobby Wilson getting to start behind the plate.
Bobby Wilson's done a nice job catching Jared so far this season. 14 innings pitched, no earned runs allowed. 17 punch-outs in those 14 innings. So he establishes that fastball in, but he's done a great job as far as using that changeup and calling it versus righties and left-handed batters.
You've got two guys on the mound today, Jared Weaver and Cliff Lee, that will be around the strike zone. 155 punch-outs for Jared, only 32 walks. Comes in with that 3.19 ERA. He's coming off a loss, back-to-back losses. As a matter of fact, you take a look at Cliff Lee in the dugout. But Jared lost against Texas in Arlington, allowing just 3 earned runs in 6 innings. Yes, that is a quality start. And then lost against the Boston Red Sox, allowing just 2 earned runs in 7 hits. Or 7 innings, pardon me. As that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike.
If you're Larry Vanover, you're the home plate umpire today, you got to look ahead of this game and say, wow, I got 2 pitchers that attack the strike zone. I'm going to call those borderline pitches throughout.
Andrews takes a fastball inside, evens a count at 1 ball, 1 strike. With both guys that have been behind the plate, Mark Carlson on Friday night, Jeff Kellogg last night. Both very generous strike zone, very consistent throughout the game. The 1-1 pitch is chopped over to third. Callaspo's got it from the infield grass, fires across it. Just like last night, Callaspo retires Andrews to start this ball game off.
Always big to get that guy that can steal a base off you right away. 26 stolen bases on the season, Andrews, but Jared Weaver gets that ground ball, gets that first out.
So the leadoff man retired, Michael Young, will step to the plate. Third baseman hitting .300 on the year, 15 home runs, 59 runs batted in, but hitless in this series. He'll promptly take a fastball on the outside corner. Weaver was matched up against the former Angel John Lackey in that July 27th start. Young skies went out to shallow right field. There comes Juan Rivera. Makes the catch for the second down of the inning.
One of the things you notice about the improvement in maturation of Jared Weaver over the years, when he first made his splash in the major leagues, started off so well. He could dominate hitters. But then all of a sudden, the hitters made the adjustment. Now Jared's come to the point where now not only he has great stuff, he pitches to contact, pitches deep in the game, minimizes the amount of pitches thrown to each batter, which allows him to go 7-8 innings.
David Murphy steps to the plate, getting to start in place of Josh Hamilton. Got in the lineup late yesterday when Hamilton was scratched after batting practice and ended up Going 1 for 3, hitting .261 on the year, 5 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Rangers right now with Hamilton just kind of nursing that patella tendonitis on a day-to-day basis. Ian Kinsler, their regular second baseman, on the disabled list with a groin strain. That's why they went out and acquired Christian Guzman, who got to start for the first time last night. Back in the lineup today is Weaver has fallen behind on Murphy at 2 balls and 1 strike.
And I think Ron Washington, manager for the Rangers, has that ability to rest some guys in key situations. I mean, he has a pretty good sized lead for him. No reason to rush out Josh Hamilton, who's been so good for him this season.
Murphy loops one to left. Here comes Reggie Willits. He's there, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the first. Ibar stirs Kayaspa to face Cliff Lee with no score. Jared Weaver with a 1-2-3 inning. A little hesitation there by Nelson Cruz as to whether or not he was going to dive or make that catch on the run. As Asturis drops the bunt up the third base line. Good ball. Lee picks it up, fires to first, retires Asturis, and the sacrifice works. If Lee doesn't pick up that baseball, Asturis has got an infield single.
You can see how athletic Cliff Lee is to be able to make that play. It's a tough play for a left-handed pitcher. Not only you got to feel that with your bare hand, but you got to spin and make that throw. Meiser deadened that baseball pretty well, right down to third baseline. Gets it, bare hands, turns, and makes a strong throw to get Meiser. But the job was done, advancing Eric Ibar.
So a man in scoring position here for the Angels in the first against Cliff Lee. As Alberto Kayaspa steps to the plate. Lee's first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Kayaspa 1 for 4 last night. Done a nice job at third base, making some nice plays over there defensively. And the job done offensively, hitting .276 with 8 home runs. And 46 runs batted in. This one inside out into right field. That's a base hit. It trickles in. Ibar being waved home. No throw from Cruz, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Boy, Angel baseball right there. Base hit in the right, sacrifice bunt into scoring position. Then Callaspo coming through with a good swing inside out. Fastball in the inner half. Didn't try to do a whole lot with it. Punched it in the right field. Gives the Angels that early lead against Cliff Lee and the Rangers.
Nothing fancy right there as far as the approach inside out. Guzman shading Callaspo more towards the middle, even though the ball wasn't hit that hard, just didn't have enough time to get to it. Here's Torrey Hunter, steps in and swings the first pitch, fouls it back. And it's no balls and a strike.
And why would you not swing at that first pitch fastball anyhow? Because he's always around the strike zone, doesn't walk anybody. He hasn't hit a batter this year. He's only walked 7. So he throws a lot of first pitch fastballs, particularly early in the game. Jump all over that fastball.
Torrey shooting one out to the alley in right center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Callaspo rounding second, heading to third. The throw from Cruz is cut off by Andrus. And the Angels here in the first inning, 3 hits, have a 1-0 lead, have first and third with 1 out, and Mike Napoli coming up.
Boy, not trying to do too much. I like the approach so far in the game for the Angels against Cliff Lee. Inside out. Another good shot in the right field. Look at Nelson Cruz run a little bit here early in the ball game. First inning, he's making all kinds of plays trying to cut off base hits by the Angels.
And so far, perfectly placed base hits. Here's Mike Napoli. He takes a fastball on the inside corner for a strike. Mike picked up his 17th double of the season last night, a 1-for-3 night. 252 average, 18 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Did a nice job behind the plate with Dan Herron out on the mound. 0-1 pitch. Napoli breaks his bat, rolls with a third. Young's got it. Goes to second. The relay to first is not in time. Scoring is Callaspo. It is 2-0 Angels.
Well, I thought they might have had a shot. Anytime you can break the batter's bat as he's swinging through, generally you knock it out of the batter's box as quick as you would like. Napoli sensing and smelling that RBI, ran extremely fast down the line and just beats the relay. It's another run across. But generally, the normal reaction for hitters is wondering where the bat went when you break it. So you lose about a half a step. A good break up at second base by Torrey Hunter allows Mike Napoli to get across.
Howie shooting one down the right field line on the first pitch. It is foul. And it's no balls and a strike. Just going back to that play, that ball off the end of the bat by Napoli over to third. Callaspo was breaking on contact. You thought for a moment there that Young's play was going to come home. Callaspo went easily out. Instead, they opted to try to turn the double play. It did not work. For Texas, anyways, it certainly worked in the Angels' favor. 0-1 pitch, drilled to deep left field. Murphy's back at the wall, off the base of the wall. It ricochets back over the head of Murphy. Napoli's being waved around. Here comes the throw to the plate. Napoli is out at home. That will end the inning. Mike Napoli trying to score on the double by Howie Kendrick. But as it goes, the Angels score 2 here in the first and lead it 2-0. his head, but picked up the baseball, fired a strike to his cutoff man, and gunned down Mike Napoli at the plate to end the inning.
That's the exact thing you wanted. A lot of times an outfielder would just try to fire the ball in and not look for his cutoff man. Hit Andrews, who made a perfect relay to Teagarden. Mike Napoli going around third. I think it's the right decision for Dino Ebo, sending him in there, and a good collision at the plate. Tried to knock the ball out of his hand. Mike Napoli did. The perfect relay got him out, but it was aggressive, and that's what the Angels have to do.
Well, the Angels scored 2 runs on 4 hits. Guerrero shows bunt. Takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Did Cliff Lee throw 11 pitches in that inning? Ended up being 2 runs, 4 hits, and only 11 pitches. So you know you're getting a strike. Go up there hacking.
No doubt. 0-1 pitch. Guerrero swings at that breaking pitch. And it is quickly 0-2. Weaver had a 1-2-3 inning in the first. He's ahead of the count of no balls and 2 strikes on Vladdy, who was 1 for 4 last time. The one a big one, a 2-run home run. As Guerrero goes down swinging late on a fastball at 90 miles an hour. And there's the first down of the inning.
Don't see many swings of Vlad walking off the field after that swing. Couple breaking pitches, elevates the fastball. Vlad looked like he was just trying to foul it off, swinging it inside a telephone booth. I haven't seen Vlad laugh about a swing too often.
There's a strikeout totals on the season. Weaver and Heron. Heron last night racked up 6 in his 9 innings. The first pitch to Nelson Cruz is a fastball down and away for ball 1. Jared's certainly no stranger whatsoever to being matched up with another very good pitcher. Now, we've talked about this a number of times throughout the year, that more times than not, an ace, or the number 1 starter, if you will, gets matched up early on in the season, but as the season progresses, it doesn't usually play out that way. Weave has fallen behind at 2 balls and no strikes, but you just go through every single game, the exception of 2 in the starts that Jared Weaver has made. He's matched up against the other team's ace or someone's number 1. 2-0 pitch is just outside, 3 balls and no strikes.
That generally is impossible, too, because I've been to both routes where you were the opening day starter. You face the other number 1 guy for about 2 or 3 starts, and all of a sudden you fold into that number 3 or 4 guy in the rotation, generally.
Cruz swinging 3-0, fouls it back to the screen. It's 3 balls and a strike. We're talking everybody from Justin Verlander to Felix Hernandez a couple of times, David Price, C.J. Wilson, Chris Carpenter, Zach Greinke, Ted Lilly of the Cubs, Cliff Lee. 3-1 pitch just off the plate, and that's a walk. A 1-out base on balls to Nelson Cruz, puts a man on for Texas. That'll bring up Christian Guzman.
Number 12, second baseman Christian Guzman.
Which means that Jared's every single game he takes the ball is going to be a situation where he's not going to get a ton of runs. So every pitch, the focus has to be there, hitting the spots. Also has to worry about a running game because the guys are trying to get in a scoring position. Nelson Cruz being one of them. 13 stolen bases for the season. So every single pitch you make could be either cost you a win or give you an opportunity to win when you're facing a number 1 guy.
Guzman takes a strike on the outside corner. 0 for 4 last night at his debut with the Texas Rangers. And we learned after the game that he originally had declined the deal, the trade from the Washington Nationals to the Texas Rangers, albeit for a brief moment. He didn't want to go. He had 10 5-rights, 10 years in the big leagues, at least 5 with his current team as he waves at that breaking pitch. And it's no balls, 2 strikes. But after talking things over with his wife and family, took that into consideration, decided, you know what, I'll accept the deal. And those are the rights given to players, based on the collective bargaining agreement.
And I know that's, obviously you want to make sure that you take care of your family first and foremost. But when you have an opportunity to win, I think you got to take that chance. Your family will understand that.
Bobby Wilson calling time as Weaver was coming set. Wanted to go through the signs one more time. Now Weaver steps off. Cruz doesn't have that big of a lead. He was thrown out last night trying to steal by Mike Napoli. Mike holding him on now at first. No balls, 2 strikes on Guzman with 1 out here in the second. Angels up 2-0. The pitch fouled straight back, high fastball. The count remains at no balls, 2 strikes.
Well, if you see a hitter go after that fastball, try it about a 1.5 feet higher and see if it will swing at it again. If he's being that aggressive, or you can bounce that curveball in the dirt again. Guzman always been a guy that's a free swinger, so you can throw the ball in the dirt or elevate that fastball.
The infield looking for that double play ball. Guzman doesn't run quite as he used to. Quick throw to first, and Cruz is just back in.
Jared has allowed 21 stolen bases against him on the season. 4 base runners have been caught stealing.
0-2. Fastball just missed inside. That's that two-seam fastball to a left-handed batter that usually tails back and catches the corner. It didn't miss by much.
Well, that's executed perfectly on the inside part of the plate.
We saw Guzman in last night's game take a couple of those from Dan Herron. 2 strikeouts that Guzman had in his 0-for-4 night. Cruz goes. That pitch is fouled off to the left.
Well, he had a pretty good jump on that slow curveball. Very difficult pitch for a catcher to not only catch the baseball, but then throw it. You get a good base steal like Nelson Cruz.
Texas 5th in the American League in stolen bases. They've racked up 85. Led by their shortstop, Elvis Andrus. Cruz with 13. Doesn't go in the 1-2. Got him looking this time on the inside corner with a fastball. 2 outs.
Well, he came right back in with that two-seam fastball. This time catches the plate. Howard's replay. Again, we talk about two-seam fastball, but more likely that's that no-seam fastball that he learned from Scott Shields. Similar type of movement and rotation of the seams, but a lot more movement and better control for Jared.
Well, he's got 2 strikeouts here in the second. 2 outs and a man at first brings up Mitch Moreland, the first baseman. Left-handed batter. The first pitch is a breaking ball that is down low. Moreland did not play last night. Saw action for the second time in the big leagues Friday night, went 1-for-3. 17th round pick out of Mississippi State a couple of years ago. The struggles that they've had at first base, whether it was with Chris Davis or Justin Smoke, who is now with the Seattle Mariners as part of that Cliff Lee deal. They figure they bring Moreland up and give him an opportunity as he takes a curveball in for a strike, and it's 1-1. The plan moving forward for Texas is to have that platoon at first base. Moreland, a left-handed batter. Jorge Cantu got the start last night, the right-handed batter. 1-1, and that is skied out to shallow center field. Eric Ibar going out. Torrey Hunter calls him off, and there is the third out of the inning. Nothing happening for Texas here in the second. We head to the bottom of the second with the Angels leading at 2-0. runs in the bottom of the first inning on 4 hits against Cliff Lee. And the Halos sending up the bottom third of their order. Rivera, Wilson, and Willits here against Lee. No strikeouts, no walks. A total of 11 pitches, 10 strikes, 1 ball.
The amazing thing is 2 runs, 4 hits, and only 11 pitches thrown in the entire inning for Cliff Lee. Bottom line, that means going to get a lot of fastballs early in the count. He's around the zone. Well, they're hacking.
Juan Rivera takes a strike. Hitting .257, 12 home runs, 39 runs batted in. The 0 for 3 night that he had last night. Getting to start in right field, Bobby Abreu getting the day off with Cliff Lee on the mound. Rivera takes another strike, and it is 0-2.
Boy, a couple fastballs, and that's the spot generally where Juan Rivera likes to drive the ball. First pitch fastball middle, next fastball inner half.
Breaking pitch down and in. There's that curveball from Cliff Lee. And that snapped a string of 12 consecutive strikes. Very first pitch of the game for him was a ball for 12 straight strikes, and now his second ball.
Well, they might have to get the bullpen up now.
He's gassed. 1-2-1. Lays off the high fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's the one thing that Lee has given the Rangers, is a guy that goes out there and saves the bullpen. You know he's going to go in deep into a ball game unless something happens where he blows up. But 8+ innings in each of his last 8 starts, including 4 complete games. Here's a 2-2. Rivera lines one to right. Nope. Mitch Moreland reached up at the last minute, the first baseman, and snagged it. Another hard hit ball, but it's out number 1.
Boy, it's hard to believe just a few years ago Cliff Lee was sent down to the minor leagues when he was a member of the Cleveland Indians. Well hit ball. The approach for the Angels so far in this game, although it's early, is going the other way, which is important against Cliff Lee because he lives on the outer half. He'll show in with a fastball, but he's going to throw fastball away, breaking pitches, and changeups away.
Bobby Wilson takes a strike on the outside corner. And it's funny you mentioned that Cliff Lee being sent down to the minor leagues. He had an abdominal strain during spring training with the Cleveland Indians that year. Never got back on track as Wilson takes a strike. And because of that, he struggled. Ended up going down to the minor leagues. The following year, came back, was healthy, and all of a sudden, he hasn't looked back since. A strike-throwing machine. The 0-2 is fouled off to the right.
Well, I remember he was with Cleveland a few years ago, and the Angels were playing him. At that point, the Angels were playing great baseball, and he had a complete game. I think they won 3-2, and his 9th inning showed that he was something special. He had his best stuff in that 9th inning, going 1-2-3. Good pitchers generally will have their best stuff in the late part of the game because they don't feel as strong, but they make more quality pitches.
Bobby Wilson taking a pitch down low, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And it was prior to that spring training in 2008. And Carl Willis invited Cliff Lee, that was the pitching coach at the time for Cleveland, as Wilson takes a called strike, this time on the inside corner, and down goes Bobby for out number 2. But Willis invited Lee to his house in North Carolina. They talked things over, just talking baseball, clearing the mind and the mechanism. And boy, whatever happened in that conversation, and Carl Willis would be the first one to tell you, we didn't do anything but talk baseball, but just to get his mind focused away from being sent down to the minor leagues, having his name thrown out there as far as trade rumors. And he's become one of the most sought-after pitchers in big league baseball.
And I think the one thing you hear in baseball a lot is simplify things. Whether you're a hitter or a pitcher, if you try to think your way through some situation, that's when you make mistakes. Same thing as a hitter. Okay, is he going to try to bust a fastball in on me? I got to be aware of inside. Next thing you know, a fastball on the outside corner, you're way late. All those little things is see the ball and react as a hitter. And if you're a pitcher, throw that first pitch for a strike. Trust movement on the middle part of the plate that it's not going to stay there. It's either going to go east or west in the strike zone and get some easy outs.
He's ahead of the count on Reggie Willits at 0 balls, 2 strikes, and Reggie fouls this one back. So the approach for Rivera, Wilson, and Willits here in the second, kind of different from the guys in the first inning, in which they were very aggressive early on. All 3 of these guys taking strikes and falling behind in the count, thinking perhaps that maybe Cliff Lee was going to change his game plan.
0-2, breaking ball missed inside apparently. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lee and the Rangers thought that was the third out of the inning, but it's not.
Game plan for Cliff Lee almost to the book. With nobody on base, he's going to throw first pitch fastball. Guys in scoring position, he may use that slow curveball or the cut fastball. That's why I don't understand why you, if you're a hitter right now, why you don't jump over that first pitch fastball. It's not overpowering. It's located well, but it's certainly a pitch you can hit if you're looking at a certain part of the plate.
Here comes the 2-2. Reggie hits a pop fly on the right side of the infield. Moreland, the first baseman, with his glasses gleaming on the infield grass, makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And the Angels go down in order. 2 in the books here at the Big A. Halos up 2-0. Nothing lead as we start the top of the third inning. Texas setting up 8, 9, and 1. Taylor Teagarden, Julio Bourbon, and then Elvis Andrus. Breaking pitch is in there for a strike to Teagarden. And it goes 65 this year, 2 for 31, a home run and 2 runs batted in. Was called up when Matt Trainer was put on the disabled list. And he'll probably take another breaking pitch in for a strike. Limited action for Teagarden behind the plate, especially with Benji Molina. But Benji caught the first 2 games, day game after night game, with the veteran. Hence the fact Taylor is getting to start today. As that fastball misses outside, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Boy, Jared just painting the corners throughout this game already. Same thing with Cliff Lee. If you're a pitcher in either dugout, you got to be looking, saying, these guys know how to pitch.
Pulled down the line, backhanded by Cayaspo. 1-hop throw to Napoli, and they get Teagarden for the first out. What a play by Alberto Cayaspo going to the backhand.
Strong arm. Again, you're going to have players make plays for you because you're throwing strikes and working quickly. That ball's right down the line. Able to gather himself, strong throw, 1-hop, and Mike Napoli, who's done a great job playing first base for the Angels, scoops it. But Cayaspo, about as far away as you could be from first base on that throw, if it gets the out at first base.
So with 1 out, Julio Bourbon steps to the plate. Getting the start in center field for the second consecutive game. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Bourbon was 0 for 3 last night, hitting .269 on the season. 3 home runs and 25 runs batted in. As he swings and lifts a fly ball to shallow center field. Torrey Hunter coming on, and he'll play this one on a hop. Off the end of the bat. That was that big swing, little approach for Bourbon.
That's one of those swings, too. It frees you as an outfielder. Especially a ball that's not hit well. It's just far enough where the infielder can make their way back and make that play. What a slow curveball off the end of the bat. Torrey originally freezes there to see where that ball is going to go, but no chance to be able to make that play.
Time is called. Bourbon is talking with first base umpire Jeff Nelson. I'm trying to figure out what big conversation is about here. There's one out here. Scoreboard had 2 outs on it, and I think Bourbon a little confused. Just making sure, since he was the second batter in this inning. And the guy ahead of him made the first out.
Also, just in case the ball is hitting the air, just don't just keep running around.
Weaver
doubled up.
Almost threw it away at first. Nice play by Napoli.
It's never a bad idea, as you know you're the second batter. You're the on-deck batter right off the start of the inning, that there's not going to be 2 outs after one batter.
It would be a first in Major League Baseball.
I know these pitchers throw strikes, but they're not going to give outs.
Andrews takes down low. Elvis Andrus, the shortstop for Texas, grounded out to start this ball game off. So he's 0 for 1. Second in the balloting for American League Rookie of the Year last year. Andrew Bailey getting the honor from the Oakland Athletics. Bourbon has 9 stolen bases this year. He's been caught 6 times. The breaking pitch missed inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Angels with 2 runs in the first inning on 4 hits. A single by Bourbon with 1 out here in the third. The first hit for Texas. The second base runner is Nelson Cruz. Had a walk into second. He ended up being stranded at first base. The 2-0. Andrus takes inside on a fastball. 3 balls and no strikes. Jared a little frustrated with himself, missing on the location.
Yeah, this mechanic's flying open just a little bit, trying to be quicker with Bourbon at first base. 9 stolen bases, but you have Andrus with a lot of speed at the plate also. Andrus has a pretty good eye for a young hitter.
Takes the 3-0 fastball right down the strike. For whatever reason, decided to take a couple of steps up the first base line. There was no question that pitch was right down the middle.
That's
3-1.
Splitting the plate. I know you need to try to make the umpire think that you know the strike zone pretty well, but middle of the plate is middle of the plate.
Quick throw to first, and Bourbon was leaning a little bit. He's able to get that hand back in ahead of the tag.
There with a couple pickoffs this season already. He was definitely going to be going on the pitch. There with a very quick move to first base. When he delivers the baseball, fairly slow because of his delivery, but a quick move.
A step off, Bourbon heads back to the bag. There goes Bourbon. The 3-1 pitch is down low, and it's ball 4. Second walk issued by Weaver puts 2 on here for Texas with 1 away in the third inning, and here comes Michael Young.
Pitch may have been just a little bit low in the strike zone. And he's got to be aware of both these base runners right now can run very well. And you have a guy at the plate who makes consistent contact. So there could be some action going here for Ron Washington and the Rangers.
Michael Young 0 for 1, hit a fly ball to right in the first inning. Howie trying to keep Bourbon close to the bag, and this one's grounded toward the hole. Ibar's got it to the backhand, has no play whatsoever. Callaspo had come into the infield grass to become the cutoff man had that ball gone to left, but that's an infield single. And Texas has them loaded up here with 1 out in the third inning.
The only play the Angels had is Callaspo covers third base for the forced play at third because this ball was in the hole. There's no chance of throwing out Andrus at second. Callaspo, if he goes to third, they have a shot at it. Ibar, a nice play. At the very least, prevent the run to be able to score. You could still get a double play ball and get through the inning.
So Texas with Bourbon at third, Andrus at second, Young at first. First hit of the series for Young. And David Murphy at the plate. First pitch, breaking ball is in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. Murphy had a fly ball to left in the first inning. So he is 0 for 1.
Murphy's hitting the 5 double plays.
Long inning thus far for Jared Weaver, thrown 26 pitches through the first 2. Breaking pitch is lifted in the air to shallow right. Here comes Juan Rivera. Howie Kendrick is going out. Howie gets called off by Rivera. He'll make the catch. Bone comes down the line, and Rivera jogs the ball into the infield. 2 outs. Good communication there by Rivera and Howie Kendrick.
Always an easier play with momentum going forward for the outfielder to make this play, just in case Texas takes that chance. With an infielder going back, you're going to be on your heels. Bone with great speed might have thought about it. But with Juan Rivera coming in, no chance you're going to tag up on that spot. Or the fact that Vlad Guerrero is coming up there either. You don't want to take a chance.
There's Vladdy 0 for 1. He struck out in the second inning as a leadoff man. Weaver's first pitch is a breaking ball lifted in the air to shallow center field. Torrey comes chugging in. He'll make the running catch, and the threat is over. Jared Weaver works out of a bases loaded 1-out situation, and he has a 2-0 lead heading to the bottom of the third. Nicely done effort, especially after loading the bases up. A base hit, a walk, and then that infield single with 1 out, and got Murphy to fly out to shallow right. Guerrero on the first pitch, flying out to shallow center. As Cliff Lee's back out on the mound to face the top of the order here. Ibar, Asturis, and Callaspo in the third. Ibar shows bunt, takes the curveball in for a strike.
Boy, what a job by Jared to get through that inning. It looked like a situation again with the Rangers, a club that's so capable of the big inning. Gets a couple pop-ups and gets through it.
Ibar 1 for 1 with a base hit, takes that fastball low. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Eric came in to score the first run. A base hit by Callaspo. 1-1 pitch, broken bat bouncer to third. Barrel ends up near Michael Young, who fires across the diamond to retire Ibar, and there is the first out of the inning. Hey folks, the U.S. Bank Angels Kids Go Beyond program honors local youths who have made a positive influence within their communities. To participate, a child must be nominated by their peers. Winners will be invited to an Angels game and take the field with the Angels players. To nominate or for more information, just log on to angelsbaseball.com. Meiser Asturis takes a fastball up and away for ball 1. He had a sac bunt in the first. So no official AB for him.
A couple bats already in this game. Cliff Lee has shattered of Angel hitters, but they're not on the inside part of the plate, but off the outside corner.
Lee works very quickly, delivers a 1-1. It's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Very compact motion for Cliff Lee. Nothing fancy about him. Very sound mechanically. As a hitter, you gotta dictate the tempo.
You got to step out, throw him off his rhythm. Very confident in his game plan.
Count is even at 2-2. Lee went 8 1/3 the last time against the Angels back on the 22nd, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits as that pitch is off the plate. And it was 2-2.
We got to get the offense going. This is similar to that game when he was a member of the Seattle Mariners, where he gave up a couple runs early and then all of a sudden settled in. Look up, he's in there in the 8th inning.
Payoff pitch. Asturias pops one up to shallow center. Bourbon comes jogging in. He's under it. 2 outs. So with 2 outs, Alberto Callaspo will step to the plate as we take a look at our J.P. Morgan Chase Bank player profile. Well, we learned today that Alberto Callaspo was 27 years of age, a native of Venezuela. Former Angel farmhand of 2001. Went to the Diamondbacks in exchange for Jason Bolger. Picked up the Kansas City Royals on July 22nd. That was in the Sean O'Sullivan deal. As Callaspo fouls off the first pitch. It's no balls and a strike.
How about Sean O'Sullivan pitched that great game against the Yankees, and then next minute you know he was facing the Yankees again with the Royals uniform on.
0-1 pitch. That's upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is the 107th game for the Angels this year. 53-53. Here at the Big A, 28-25 out on the road, 25-28. That pitch upstairs again. It's 2 balls and a strike, and the Angels have an off day tomorrow. It's a travel day, going off to Baltimore to take on Buck Showalter's Baltimore Orioles beginning on Tuesday, a 3-game set.
Well, that was odd that they named him manager and said his first game would be on Tuesday.
Yeah, this one hit out toward right field, chasing Cruz back. He'll make the catch as the Angels go down in order. Of course, that road trip concludes with 3 in Detroit next weekend. 3 in the books here at the Big A. Angels lead it 2-0. Brought to you by Acura. Acura Advance. Top of the 4th inning here at the Big A. Angels up 2-0. They scored 2 in the first inning on 4 hits against Cliff Lee. And Cliff Lee, since that point, has been very good. He's retired the last 6 in a row since Mike Napoli was thrown out to end that first inning. Jared Weaver throws a breaking pitch to Nelson Cruz to start this ball game off. Cruz drew a walk in the second. No official at bat for him, and Weaver's fallen behind on Nelson Cruz at 2 balls and no strikes. He's got a 19-game hitting streak with that 1-for-3 performance last night. Career best for him. Weaver falls behind at 3 balls and no strikes. Good numbers throughout that 19-game hitting streak, a .385 average.
He was up there swinging last time, 3-0.
Comes up empty here, hacking 3-0 on the fastball. It's 3 balls and a strike. Cruz made his first All-Star game last year, participated in that home run derby. This one's fouled back. Full count now.
Well, after 2 consecutive fastballs, good time to drop that changeup in if you're Jared Weaver. Looks like a fastball, but then the differential in the speed could get him out.
3-2, got him with a fastball. Down goes Cruz. There's out number 1 to start the 4th.
4th row 92. On the outside corner, painting that corner with some late movement, life on that fastball. That was a 4-seam fastball. Well, our Exmo will show exactly how much that ball rotates for the 4-seam as compared to a 2-seam sinking fastball. Better velocity on that pitch.
First pitch to Christian Guzman is a fastball just below the knees for ball 1. The strikeout of Cruz, the 3rd for Jared Weaver to go with the 2 walks he's issued. He got Guzman looking in the second, so he's 0 for 1. That one is, again, just below the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. That one fouled back into the left. So it's 2-1. Guzman in the Yankees organization got traded to the Twins. That's where he made a name for himself. And then signed as a free agent in 2005 with the Washington Nationals, where he spent his time up until 2 days ago. It's down and in. 3-1. The pitch is fouled off to the left. Full count now. Guzman, originally a shortstop, was displaced in Washington because of the prospect by the name of Ian Desmond. Talented player. Played some second base for the Nationals. Played some second base, probably some shortstop throughout the season, as this one lifted in the air to shallow left center. Here comes Reggie Willis. He calls off Ibar, and he'll make the catch. Round number 2. The question for Texas is, how long is Ian Kinsler going to be out? With that groin sprain. Second stint on the disabled list for Kinsler. He had a high ankle sprain, which he missed the beginning of the year and didn't come back till May, beginning of May. And now you would think that an acquisition such as Christian Guzman would lead you to believe that Kinsler might be out for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with Kinsler, he's always been a guy with great numbers, but keeping him in playing every day has been a difficult task for the Rangers.
Moreland takes the curveball upstairs for ball 1.
That's why you see that acquisition to add some depth there at second base.
Rangers also have Joaquin Arias, who played first the other day. Pardon me, second the other day, and also played first. And Andres Blancos. Moreland fouls this one off the left. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Ranger first baseman. Kinsler with the ball club. Moreland's 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center. Weaver trying to get his second 1-2-3 inning. Moreland swings and misses. There's that straight changeup. It's 1-2.
A great arm action on that pitch. Hitter reads and thinks fastball. And instead of getting 92, he's getting 79. That little movement at the end also works like a screwball.
1-2 pitch in tight. Evens the count at 2-2. Moreland, a stocky build. Left-handed batter. Rangers minor league player of the year last year. 2-2, got him swinging. Down goes Moreland. Weaver with a couple of strikeouts in the fourth has 4 overall, and he has a 2-0 lead. Mark, as you always do, and it reminds us to remind you to sign up today for the 2010 Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Fox Sports West for just $18. Junior Angels Kids Club members receive 2 free game ticket vouchers. First in line for Kids Run the Bases, one of Gooby's favorite activities here at the ballpark. An exclusive Junior Angels white or pink mesh jersey and much, much more. Log on to angelsbaseball.com/Junior Angels and sign up today. Kids, by the way, Gooby, you included, are going to run the bases after the game.
I got the perfect shoes to run the game today.
Absolutely.
Be awesome. See if I go first to third.
Torrey Hunter, Mike Napoli, Howie Kendrick here to face Cliff Lee. Has a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Torrey. Torrey had a base hit in the first inning. 1 for 1. That breaking pitch missed low. 2-1.
Well, you got 2 pitchers that waste 0 time in between pitches. They have their game plan intact with their catcher before the game. Little or no shakeoffs as far as signals being put down. And Cliff Lee as he continues to attack the zone. Fairly straight fastball, but he goes to the outside corner, and then he'll throw a fastball about a baseball off the outside corner, and then bust you in with another fastball.
This one line to left, a base hit. So Torrey's been scuffling since the All-Star break. Has 2 knocks in this one. This one a leadoff base hit to start the 4th.
It was either a slider or a cut fastball on the inner half. On top of that baseball, you can see where the fingers were located. That's the cut fastball. If you have your fingers on the outside part of the baseball, that's where you have the cut action. But Torrey was able to get the bat head out quicker and slam that through the hole between short and third.
Napoli takes down low for ball 1. Napoli rolled into a fielder's choice that the Rangers decided to try to turn a double play on. It did not work. And Napoli picked up an RBI, his 46th of the year, giving the Angels a 2-0 lead in that first inning. Fouls that one back. He was on that fastball. Evens the count.
And Napoli upset with himself because he got a perfect pitch to drive to right center field. Particularly in a day game, great chance to get that out of the yard. Cliffley with about an average to slightly above average move to first. But utilized that slide step very well. So if you're going to be successful and you have to guess, go on first movement.
The pitch, Napoli fouls it straight back. Good fastball. And a good hack by Mike. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The base hit by Torrey Hunter, snapping the string of 6 straight retired by Cliff Lee since the double by Howie Kendrick sailed over the head of David Murphy in left field. Then Murphy to Andrus to Teagarden, gunning down Napoli to end that first inning. Mike takes up and in. That may have gotten a piece of him. They're calling that a hit by pitch. They got him on the left hand. Lee was trying to come up and in with that fastball. And Ed Burgert, the head trainer for the Angels, going to come out and walk with Napoli up that first base line, make sure he's all right.
It's always one of those spots in the hand we always worry about. Right on top of the hand with that fastball, cut fastball on the inside part of the plate. Napoli had some good swings. That got him pretty square on the hand.
Left hand being the bottom hand of the bat, the catching hand for Napoli. A number of years ago, remember Jeff Bagwell was a guy that always got hit, especially kind of up in the hand area. Kind of that unorthodox approach. Now the hitting coach for the Astros. He came up with that batting glove that had a pad on the back of the hand. I'm surprised more guys don't use that.
I would use that all the time if I was there. I know it's all about comfort and be able to get a good grip of the baseball bat, but for me, if you're going to be a guy that's looking out over the plate, that's a perfect way to prevent any damage to your hand at all, whether it be the bone or at least the muscle part of your hand, because that's a pitch that comes in all the time. You're roaring out. You're going to get hit often.
See guys all the time wearing that protective shin guard. Figured that'd be a perfect way to kind of at least protect that hand, that left hand. Howie Kendrick swings the first pitch, bounces one up the middle. Guzman to the backhand, flips to Elvis Andrus for one. And that's the only play they have as Napoli went in hard at second base. Nice play by Guzman, who went to the glove side and flipped it from his glove right to Andrus, and they get the out.
Boy, we highlighted on the pregame show the number of defensive plays made by both clubs. And this is another solid play. Guzman catches and flips. Napoli taking Andrus out at second base. Prevented the double play.
Andrus kind of glancing back to Mike Napoli. It was a completely clean play.
Where the game's supposed to be played.
So first and third, one out. 2-0 Angels. Torrey's the man at third. Kendrick at first. Howie reaching on that fielder's choice, so he's 1 for 2 now. There's Rivera, who's 0 for 1. Hit the ball extremely hard, and a nice play by Mitch Moreland, the first baseman, to nab it before going to right. Again, Rivera for the second consecutive at-bat takes a fastball right down the middle for a strike. Texas looking for that double play ball, has their infield back. Young deep at third. Moreland holding Kendrick on at first. The outfield pretty much straight away as Lee flips on to first.
The big thing, if you're Juan Rivera, you're looking for a pitch on the inner half that you can hit in the air to get the run across.
Bourbon, the center fielder, a couple of steps towards the opposite way, toward the alley in right center. 0-1 pitch, shot to right field. That is tailing foul, or is it? It is. Rivera got jammed, never left the batter's box. Right down that right field line, but ended up going foul. No balls and 2 strikes. It looks like that may have broken Juan's back. So he'll exchange the black bat for the natural wood colored bat.
Well, in an opportunity, you have to get this run across if you're Juan Rivera for the Angels. Need a little breathing room. That offense for Texas is so effective as far as putting a big inning together.
Rivera bounces one to the right side. Moreland's got it. His only play is to first. That will score a run. And Rivera picks up the RBI. The high chopper off the plate, effective as Rivera picks up his 40th run batted in, and the Angels have a 3-0 lead.
That's a nice job by Juan on that one, because it was a tough pitch and to try to put it in play. Got the job done. The reality is the run needed to be put across, and he did so, even behind an account 0-2. Protect mode, looking the other way, It's the ball on the ground. It's high enough off the plate area to be able to get the run in.
Moreland thought about throwing to second, but opted to just take the out at first. So 2 outs, Kendrick at second. 3-0 Angels now. And Bobby Wilson steps in. He's the lone strikeout for Cliff Lee. Swings the first pitch and fouls it off to the right. So the Angels in 2 of the 4 innings have gotten their leadoff man on, and that leadoff man has scored against Lee. Bobby's hit safely in 8 of his 10 starts this year. Breaks his bat and bounces one over to third. Michael Young's got it. Over to Moreland. There's the 3rd out of the inning. The Angels get a run. They do it on a hit. Leave a man on. 4 complete. Here's the Big A, and the Angels have a 3-0 lead. The top of the 5th inning. Hey, Gooby, he's a jerk. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's
talking
a jerk.
about me?
No, but come on. You know he's the only TV doctor that you love to hate. House, make your appointment tonight at 8 and 9 right here on My 13.
I thought you were talking about me, Victor. I was kind of sad.
No, buddy. No chance. It's okay, Goose. Taylor Teagarden leads things off, takes a strike.
Thanks, Maverick.
Teagarden, Bourbon, and Andrews here in the 5th inning for Texas. It's 8-9-1. 0-1 pitch. He's cut on and missed. 0-2. Teagarden grounded out to lead off the 3rd inning. A terrific play by Alberto Callaspo to the backhand. So he's 0 for 1. And down he goes, chasing the high fastball. Strikeout number 5 for Weaver. The leadoff man is retired to start the 5th.
Great approach there, too. After that fastball got by on the pitch before, went right up and elevated the fastball at 89 miles an hour. Gets him by him. Staying on top. Great release point over that front leg to be able to get the swing and miss to lead off the inning.
Bourbon steps in now. He's 1 for 1 with that bloop single to center. He promptly takes a fastball for a strike. Waves at that off-speed pitcher, that straight changeup. And it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Bourbon out of the University of Tennessee, a supplemental first-round pick a couple of seasons ago for Texas. Born in Mississippi, raised in the Dominican Republic. He goes down looking. Late call by Larry Vanover. There's that inside fastball to the left-handed batter. And there are back-to-back strikeouts for 2 outs here in the 5th.
A little bit late on the call, but I still like the call, the punch-out call for Larry Vanover. I allowed the naked gun, Lindsey Nelson. He does a little moonwalk. We're living.
but only if he could sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" like Enrico Palazzo. Then we have a completely fulfilled ball game. Do you think that's possible?
Quite possible. You never know.
You sneak down there and tell him between innings?
I don't know if I'm that quick anymore.
No balls, 2 strikes. Who are you kidding? You did that game behind the plate the other day. Seems like the other day. It was like a month ago.
I'll never forget that one foul ball was straight back at me. It was like the baseball always seems to find me.
0-2 to Elvis. Breaking ball is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Andrus, a ground ball to third and a walk. So he's 0 for 1. 6 punch outs now for Weaver to go with 2 walks in this game. The 1-2. Breaking pitch. He started the swing, lays off. And the count evens at 2-2. Andrews had a huge game Friday night, 4 for 5 in the Ranger 9-7 loss. As the off speed is lifted in the air to shallow right center field. Howie Kendrick is going out. Torrey Hunter coming in. Torrey makes the basket catch just in front of Juan Rivera for the 3rd out. Make that 8 in a row retired by Weaver. We head to the bottom of the 5th with the Angels up. Gorgeous day for baseball. Angels up 3-0. 2 off Cliff Lee in the first, 1 in the 4th. And here in the 5th inning, Halos setting up 9-1-2. Willits, Ibar is Sturris against Lee, who has thrown 55 pitches, 39 for strikes. The first one to Reggie is right down the middle with a fastball. It's no balls and a strike. Reggie popped out for the first baseman, Mitch Moreland, in the second, so he's 0 for 1. One ball, 1 strike.
Cliffley always around the strike zone. He's faced 18 batters, 14 first strikes. Tells you, get up there looking for that fastball and swing.
Misses with the fastball up and away, and it's 2-1 now. Two-one pitch. Reggie swings and actually lost the handle of the bat. His left hand came off of it. Reggie batting from the right side against a left-hander Lee. Has a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Upstairs. Full count now. Ibar hanging out on deck. Lee with a windup, and here comes the payoff pitch. Reggie shoots one out toward right center field. Bourbon was shading him that way, and he'll make the running catch. And there's out number one. Cliff Lee with 1 strikeout, no walks. Came into this one with 9 wins and only 7 walks allowed. Only 3 guys since 1900 have had that. Christy Mathewson did it twice. Good old Slim Sally did it back in 1919, and Brett Saberhagen in 1994.
Yeah, I remember talking to Sabes about that year. I said, what fun is that? Never walking anybody, no stress with guys on base. It's too easy that way.
Ibar puts it on the ground to the shortstop Andrus on the first pitch, and he's retired for out number 2. Saberhagen went 14-4 for the New York Mets in '94, 13 walks. Christy Mathewson went 25-11 one year with 21 walks, 24-13 with 23 walks. And our good friend Slim Sally from 1919 with Cincinnati went 21-7 and had 20 bases on balls.
That might be the all-time name,
Slim Sally. He's an all-timer. 2 outs, nobody on for Meister Asturis, and he'll look at a fastball for a strike. Asturis lays off the on-speed pitch, evens a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Meister getting the start at DH. Sack bunt in the first, a fly ball to center in the third. 2-0 for 1. Pops this one up to shallow right. Nelson Cruz calls everybody off, and the right fielder makes the catch, and the Angels go down in order here in the 5th. 5 in the books. Halos up 3-0. That's right. Time to get the kids ready to head back to school on Saturday, August 14th. All kids 2 to 18 in attendance will receive a free backpack courtesy of Zobs. Purchase your ticket today at angelsbaseball.com. Boy, Gooby, just imagine you tooling around Baltimore or Detroit with that Big A backpack on your back and the Rally Monkey lunchbox in your hand.
And the soap dispenser also.
To boot, because you are kind of a germaphobe and you'd like to make sure that you've got Purell with you at all times.
No question.
Michael Young to lead things off. He'll take the 1-0 breaking pitch for a strike. So that'll even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, the kids love to see those back to school commercials, don't they?
Absolutely.
They love going back to school. They don't like that summer vacation.
Young hits it sharply over to third, and it goes under the glove of Cayaspo. Michael's going to try to go to second, and he will be in there safely. That'll be an error on Alberto Cayaspo. And Texas has its leadoff man on board to start the 6th.
Cayaspo didn't look real comfortable from the get-go on that ground ball. He just kind of look up, not get it in the glove before making the play. I mean, it's the time. I've said it a number of times. If you're a starting pitcher or a pitcher out of the bullpen, you want to pick up your infielders. They've made some good plays for you throughout this game. He doesn't feel good about not making that play, so pick them up. Get through the inning. Try not to let them score.
Here's David Murphy, the left fielder. 0 for 2, and he looks at a fastball down and away. Cayaspo making his 8th error of the year. Second time in the game in which Texas has had a man in scoring position. The other time came in the 3rd. That's when they loaded him up with 1 out and got nothing out of it with Murphy popping up. Same with Guerrero. 1-0 pitch is popped up. Howie Kendrick on the infield. Dirt will make the catch. There's out number 1 with Young remaining at second.
Great all-speed pitch. Not only you get the out, but you don't allow Michael Young to advance to third base with 1 out.
So here's Guerrero. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly ball to center. Channeling a little Big Papi right there with the picking up some dirt, dropping it, and smacking his hands together. David Ortiz known for doing that. As he lines this one over the head of Howie Kendrick into the alley in right center field. That's going to go for extra bases. Young will come in to score. Guerrero in at second with an RBI double. 3-1 Angels as Texas gets on the board here in the 6th.
Hanging breaking pitch. Sped up the bat of Vlad Guerrero. Took advantage of it. Didn't miss that pitch. It's susceptible to a good fastball. So backed up that breaking pitch, and Vlad was able to go inside out with that swing.
Vladdy with his 17th double, picking up his 85th RBI. And he's really been held in check when you think about it. Go back to that last weekend series in Texas through this series. Just his 3rd hit of this series. He has picked up some RBIs, 3 in this series. Nelson Cruz takes a fastball in at the knees. Cruz doesn't like the call. Takes a step back to Larry Vanover. Actually, he's looking over his right shoulder to the Ranger dugout, it appeared. Cruz has walked and struck out. So he's 0 for 1. Vladdy with a huge lead at second. The 0-1. Off-speed pitch is cut on a miss. Terrific changeup by Jared Weaver. And it's no balls, 2 strikes.
And as the game develops, Jared will use that changeup more and more. Perfect pitch. 76 miles an hour after 90-mile-an-hour fastball the pitch before.
Oh, 2 fastball just missed inside. 1-2. Double by Guerrero, the 3rd for Texas in this ball game against Jared. Looks back to Guerrero, delivers the 1-2. Cruz gets jammed. It's a lazy fly ball to the seats on the first base side. And the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Weaver's thrown 79 pitches thus far, 51 for strikes. And a 1-2. Breaking pitch in the dirt, smothered by Wilson. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Christian Guzman, the second baseman, on deck. Two pitch rolled over to short. Ibar's got it. Fires on to first. And Cruz is retired for out number 2. Guerrero advances to 3rd on the ground out.
Another good changeup gets Nelson Cruz out in front. Routine ground ball to shortstop.
Here's Guzman, who's 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the second, hit a fly ball to left in the 4th. First pitch curveball is in for a strike. Callaspo playing in near the cut of the grass at third, just in case Guzman has any ideas. The 0-1 pitch is waved at by the left hand hitting Guzman. He's a switch hitter, but in from the left side against Weaver. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. He looks susceptible to that off-speed pitch the entire series. Outfield playing deep. The pitch is popped up. Ibar. Nope, it's Callaspo. Calls off Ibar on the infield. Grass makes the catch on the pop-up. And there's a third out of the inning. Texas gets on the board. A run, a hit, and an error. Angels still lead it 3-1. Error to start the inning. The run came around, and Texas got on the board, but the Angels still have a 3-1 lead as we start the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Callaspo, Hunter, and Napoli here against Cliff Lee.
Well, it was good to see Jared do that because Callaspo's made some great plays since coming back to the Angels from the Kansas City Royals. Knows he felt bad about not being able to make that play on that ground ball by Michael Young. Came right back, got that pop-up, ends the inning.
Callaspo takes a first pitch strike from Cliff Lee, who has 1 strikeout, no walks. Alberto in this game, RBI single in the first, a fly ball to right in the third. He swings and lines one to right. Here comes Nelson Cruz on the sinking liner, makes the catch. And there's the first down of the inning. So 1 out, nobody on for Torrey Hunter. Torrey 2 for 2 against Cliff Lee this afternoon. A couple of singles and a run scored. Swings the first pitch. Lee took something off of that one, and it's no balls and a strike.
Like the approach, it was anticipating a fastball, trying to get that run back with 1 swing.
He backs it up with yet another off-speed pitch. Torrey swinging and missing, and it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Torrey had that leadoff single in the 4th inning, came around to score on the ground out by Juan Rivera. At that point, made it 3-0 Angels. Fastball missed inside. 1-2.
With 2 changeups in a row, then a fastball inside.
And the 1-2. Fastball. This time got him on the inside corner. Torrey doesn't like the call. He thought, wait a second, you didn't call the previous one a strike. This one is, and he goes down looking for out number 2.
A pretty good sequence by Lee. Back the fastball up with another fastball in the inside corner. Freezes a hitter, because most times if you're a hitter, you're going to look away after that fastball inside. You think it's more for effect. Pitch before that.
So Napoli up with 2 outs, nobody on. Mike takes that fastball in off the plate. And a fielder's choice and an RBI in the first, was hit by a pitch in the fourth, so he's 0 for 1. 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Three straight crowds of 40,000 plus here at the Big A for this 3-game series. Napoli swings through the off speed, and it's 2-1. 43,000 Friday night. 41,000 last night. Another 41,000 this afternoon. Napoli, a swing and a miss. 2-2. Halos, of course, trying to put behind the very tough month of July. 9-17 in the month of July, after an 18-9 June. 2-2 pitch is lined toward left field. There's a base hit. Diving effort by Elvis Andrews. Just couldn't come up with it. It's a 2-out base knock for Napoli. Keeps the inning alive for Howie Kendrick.
Pretty good swing, too, by Mike Napoli. Got a cut fastball on the inner half of the plate. Turns on, just gets it by Andrews, who seems to be everywhere the baseball is at. Just by him.
Howie at the plate had a double in the first. Fielder's choice in the fourth. A 1-for-2 night. Lee digging that area in front of the mound before stepping on and getting a sign. First pitch is a strike on a fastball. I mentioned that July for the Angels at 9-17. Texas was a very pedestrian 14-13. Angels just unable to take advantage of the situation. Texas had that torrid month of June where they were 21-6. Well, you turn the page on the calendar, new month, and hope for the best.
You figure you have, including today, what, 56 games left?
Swing and a miss. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Figures you're gonna have to play close to 650 to 700 baseball to have a shot. And they're certainly capable of doing, especially with the starting rotation that the Angels throw out there. Very consistent, go deep into ball games. If they can just be consistent at the plate, they have a shot.
1-2 pitches fouled back. And 7 more to play against Texas. 3 more here at the Big A. And the last 4 of the season down in Arlington.
That's all Mike Scioscia would want. Those last 4 games to mean something down there in Texas. The Angels have been there many a times, been to the postseason. The Rangers have not been for a long period of time.
There's the 1-2. Howie fouls it off to the right. Well, needing a win this afternoon to make it an 8-game deficit. Started the weekend 9 back. That's where they stand right now after the loss in last night's game. 2-1 victory. Texas evening the series up. And the Rangers are just okay out on the road. They're very, very good at the ballpark in Arlington. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Kendrick. 3rd strikeout of the game for Cliff Lee. 6 in the books here in Anaheim. Angels up 3-1. The order due up here in the 7th inning. Angels leading it 3-1. Good to be in the shade this afternoon, even though it's not that hot here at the Big A, but still don't want to work up a lather. Mitch Moreland takes a breaking pitch for a strike.
Not if you can avoid it.
Moreland 0 for 2 with a fly ball to center and a strikeout. One of 6 punch outs for Weaver. They go with the 2 walks, 3 hits allowed. Fastball missing in, evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Third career big league game for Moreland. A 2-hit game in his debut Thursday against Oakland as he rips this one down the right field line, and that's a base hit. Moreland rounding first. He'll stop there as Rivera throws back over to first base and trying to get Moreland from behind him. It's a long single for Leadoff man is on board for Texas.
Looking a nice job of cutting off this baseball. Fastball, like in the inner half, a cut fastball. And Moreland turns on. Juan's able to cut it off and keep Moreland at first base. Keeps that double play in order and try to throw behind him and have a chance to get him at first.
That'll bring up Taylor Teagarden. Going is Moreland to throw down from Wilson is not a time. As Teagarden has a strike and Moreland picks up a stolen base. The second of the year.
Pretty good jump. Again, Jared very quick as far as his move to first, but because of that delivery it's going to take more time to deliver the baseball to home plate. So if you guess right, you have a good opportunity. Even though if Ibar holds on to that baseball, they might have a shot. Second base.
Cayaspo in at third now with a man in scoring position. Teagarden waving at that breaking pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Teagarden, a former first-round pick by the Texas Rangers out of the University of Texas. So hasn't been able to put it all together offensively. 0-2 pitch is fouled back to the guy that very good signal caller, good arm.
Too good of an 0-2 pitch for Jared. Try to go fastball inside to get the strikeout. Fortunately enough, Teagarden hit that ball straight back. That was definitely a mistake. That's why you see Bobby Wilson going out to talk to Jared to see if they can get a better plan as far as the 0-2, expanding the strike zone. Jared with 8 0-2 counts today. Focus has been there for him.
Another 0-2, and that's a fastball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moreland with a leadoff single and a stolen base. He's at second now. With nobody out here in the 7th, Angels up 3-1. Julio Bourbon, the center fielder, on deck. 1-2. Foul back. There's that straight changeup. Teagarden just got a piece of it.
Jared hasn't thrown a ton of sliders today, but I think a slider right here on Teagarden will get a swing and miss. Something breaking off the outside corner. That changeup, he timed that pretty well, even though it was a good spot. After the fastball mislocation in the inner half. Try that breaking pitch.
Well, that second strike that Teagarden kind of just half-heartedly waved at. It was that hard curveball that almost had that slider type of tilt to it. Another 1-2 in the dirt. There's that pitch. Teagarden lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just started a little bit too far off the plate to start with. Yeah, thinking the lines, trust your mechanics. Start in the middle part of the plate, and that will break off the outside corner.
Got him with a fastball. Down goes Teagarden. Strikeout number 7 for Weaver, and the first out here, the 7th.
We located that fastball right on the outside corner. Perfect spot. Good velocity behind it also. You can see that was with conviction on the outside part of the plate by Jared Weaver.
Here's Bourbon as Wilson goes out to the mound real quick. Nope. Josh Hamilton is going to come up and pinch hit for Bourbon. So a pinch hitter here in the 7th. Mike Butcher now comes out, is going to talk things over with Weaver. Got first base open. The top of the order, and Elvis Andrus is coming up. So Bourbon, pardon me, finishes the afternoon going 1 for 2. Francisco Rodriguez is up and loosening now for the Angels. Jared's at 94 pitches.
Well, you can tell by Jared's fastball, that last pitch at 92, he still has a lot of left in the tank.
So Josh Hamilton on to pinch hit here. Hamilton, the league's leading hitter at 362. Major league leader in hits. Will step up here to face Weaver. He's got 144 hits on the year. A triple crown threat if he can remain healthy. Dealing with that patella tendonitis. The first pitch fastball is inside. That is ball 1. Hamilton 362, 23 home runs, 75 runs batted in. He's also chipped in 34 doubles and 3 triples. For mortals, that's a season. 1-0. Off speed pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes.
Good job by Bobby Wilson keeping that in front to not allow Moreland to advance to third base. Curveball, hard curveball. Great job of squaring up the body, keeping the glove down, so that way the ball couldn't get between his legs.
Moreland leading off at second with 1 out. 2-0 pitch, off speed, 3 balls and no strikes. Might be the opportunity to do the old unintentional walk. Trying to get himself out with off-speed pitches with first base open.
Don't just throw over, get over a fastball in this situation, though. Make it sure it's on the outside corner.
Now it is on the outside corner, 3-1. Outfield very deep for the Angels. Willits, Hunter, Rivera from left to right. 3-1. Off speed is popped up down the left field line. Callaspo, Ibar, Willits, Callaspo can't make the play over his shoulder. Tough play for the third baseman, especially as far back as Willits was playing. And Ibar, because he's trying to keep Moreland close to the bag at second, had a very long run over there.
Yeah, when you look at Eric Ibar, he gets back on a pop-up as well as any shortstop in the entire league. That's a play where Callaspo, calling him off, tried to be able to make that play. Had to go a long, long way. That was a very good pitch, too. 3-1 changeup. Boy, that fastball, that two-seam or no-seam fastball on the inside part of the plate would freeze him right around belt level. But it's a pitch. If you go in there with it, you have to make sure that's inside. If it's a ball, so be it. That might be the good pitch.
And a 3-2. Fastball missed inside. That's a walk. So 2 on here with 1 out. Weaver's thrown 100 pitches now in the afternoon. And here comes Elvis Andrus, the shortstop. And now they're going to pinch run for Josh Hamilton. Jorge Cantu. I mean, one would go back and wonder why you pinch hitting Josh Hamilton in that situation with first base open.
And you got to think in the lines that the Angels are not going to attack him right away. They're going to make him swing at their pitch. Even that pitch to the fastball was off the inside corner.
Andrus late on the fastball. There's no balls in the strike.
So you've lost 2 players for one position. You lost Bourbon with that speed. You lost Hamilton with his threat with the bat. And it's just the 7th inning.
You change your defense as well. Elvis Andrus today 0 for 2, including a walk. 0-1 pitch. Fastball just missed inside. 1-1. Everyone in the ballpark thought it was a strike. Larry Vanover says it was not.
Pretty good spot on that fastball. I know I want that pitch when I'm on the mound. Just executing your game plan as far as hitting your spot with the fastball. Didn't get the call.
Breaking pitch on the outside corner, 1-2. Torrey Hunter taking a couple of steps in center field, shading Andrus the opposite way, so we're toward the alley in right center. We're very shallow in right. Elvis backing out at the plate. Weaver taking too much time getting his signs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 7th. Halos up 3-1. Mitch Moreland, a leadoff single. He stands at second after the stolen base. Cantu, the pinch runner, is at first. 1-2. Fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The way Jared is expending a lot of energy on this inning, this quite possibly could be his last inning here if he gets through the 7th. It's the mindset of a pitcher right now. Make your best pitches of the game right now. The game is on the line for you.
It is fouled back to the screen. Going with the fastball up and away. Andrus got a piece of it. Texas with a run on 4 hits. They've stranded 5. The Angels 3 runs, 6 hits, 1 error, and they've left 3 on base. Mentioned Jared getting extended here in the 7th inning. He's thrown 21 pitches. Looking for that double play ball to get him out of the 7th. Here's a 2-2. Fastball inside, full count. You've got Michael Young on deck.
Would the Rangers send the base runners here in this scenario with 3-2 count with 1 out? Andrus with 69 strikeouts on the season.
Runners don't go. The 3-2 is grounded to short. Ibar's got it. Feeds Kendrick for 1. Relay to first. Not in time. Andrus can run. And that ball's just not hit sharp enough. And Andrus reaches on the fielder's choice. Cantu is retired for the 2nd out of the inning.
Boy, you see Quick going down the line because they did as well as they could do as far as the middle infielders for the Angels with Ibar with a nice play, quick turn. Throw the Howie, gets rid of the ball pretty quickly. And Andrus is too quick down the line. Beats it.
Not even close. So 2 outs, runners at the corners for Michael Young. Young is 1 for 3. He's been on base twice, courtesy of a single in the 3rd inning, and the error by Kayasma in the 6th. Came around to score the only Rangers run. Got to pay attention to Andrus at first now. 3rd to first move. Nobody biting. Step off from Weaver. Again, Andrus heading back to the bag at first. 26 stolen bases on the year. He's been caught 12 times, however. The top 10 in that category in the American League. Juan Pierre, the league leader, at 39. First pitch, off speed. He's upstairs for ball 1. Oh, with a first pitch changeup. Moreland leading off at third, Andrus at first. Another third to first move, nothing happening. Young swings, lifts a fly ball down the right field line, tailing away from Rivera, and it'll land in the seats. Juan hustling all the way to the wall. And it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
Good try by Juan Rivera. Ball has kept going away from him. Goes into the stands. In this situation, if you're Ron Washington, do you take the chance of sending Andrus here? You have a very good hitter in Michael Young at the plate. He's been thrown out 12 times trying to steal. He does have 26 stolen bases. If I'm Jerry Weaver, I'm thinking about the batter right here. Because you got to have the total concentration on a great hitter like Michael Young.
1-1 pitch. Just missed outside, apparently, with a breaking pitch. And it's 2-1. Yeah, what a nice pitch that was.
Great changeup right on the outside corner.
That's a strike.
I mean, that's every bit a strike.
That's not low. It's not outside. Quick throw to first. Andrus diving back in ahead of the tag. Quick tag, too, by Napoli. Francisco Rodriguez is ready to go in the Angels bullpen if needed. Weaver at 110 pitches, trying to get that last out here in the 7th. Up 3-1. 2 outs and runners at the corners for Texas. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is low. 3 balls and a strike. David Murphy is the man on deck. Weaver comes set. There goes Andrus. The 3-1 pitch is cut on a miss. The throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Andrus, his 26th. Pardon me, his 27th. Came in with 26.
Curveball. Picked a good pitch to be able to try to steal. Exmo will show this great rotation of the curveball, but it also, because of the stolen base, it gives you an option of making him swing at your pitch. You don't have to throw a strike here with the open base.
Weaver from the full windup delivers a 3-2, and Young fouls it off to the right. Bobby Wilson had a very good throw down to second, by the way, but Andrus picking that right pitch, that curveball. Bobby goes out to the mound to talk things over with Weaver here.
Making sure they're on the same page. A lot of times when a catcher runs out in this situation, you don't really have to put down the sign. You just know exactly what you're throwing.
Another 3-2. Fastball lifted in the air down the right field line. Looks like it's playable for Rivera. Rivera coming into foul territory, runs out of room. And it lands in the seats.
I don't know if Juan's going to catch that ball, but it almost looked like a fan reached out. And he did reach out. I think Juan was going to be able to make that play anyhow.
Wasn't a towering fly ball. Long run over for Juan. He's now back in right field. Weaver gets a sign, starts the windup again. Another 3-2. And Young, this one out to deep right field. Rivera is there. He's under it. Makes the catch. There's the third out of the inning. Nice job by Jared Weaver. Extended here in the 7th. And the 41,000 plus here at the Big A acknowledge his performance this afternoon. 7th inning stretch time here at the Big A. Angels leading the Rangers 3-1. can deposit checks from anywhere, anytime with Quick Deposit. Chase what matters. And by Howard's, official superstores of Angels baseball.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at the Big A. Angels up by the score of 3-1. What a nice job by Jared Weaver to get out of that 7th inning. Really, when you look at the Rangers in this ball game against Jared Weaver, they've had 2 serious threats. That was the 3rd inning, which he had the bases loaded with 1 out. He worked out of that, and then, of course, in the 7th. But Jared Weaver today has been spectacular.
Well, the big thing, he's utilizing all 4 pitches. That fastball against Vlad, fastball, 2-seamer on the inside part of the plate. He's had a good one at times, but that great changeup, the great arm action on that, make him aware of the fastball, paint it, and of course use that curveball, slider, and changeup. Another 7 innings of no earned runs for Weaver against this powerful Texas lineup at home.
Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Juan Rivera will lead things off against Cliff Lee. Swings the first pitch and fouls one back. The defense got shuffled for Texas. Nelson Cruz moves from right to left. Murphy, who was in left, shifts over to center field. Mitch Moreland, who was the first baseman, is now in right field. And Jorge Cantu, who pinch ran for Josh Hamilton, the pinch hitter, is now at first base. As Rivera cues this one over the head of Cantu down the right field line. That's a base hit. Juan's thinking about going to second, ill-advised as the throw beats him easily. And there's out number 1. I mean, Christian Guzman was breaking at an angle toward the foul line there and was clearly near the ball. That ball not hit very hard. It landed about 5 feet beyond the rim of the infield.
And it didn't roll far enough away from Guzman for Juan to have really a legit chance to be able to get in second. Again, aggressive base running. Well, all of a sudden, because of the fact that if you get a base hit, you allow Bobby Wilson to be up there to square around the bunt and advance Juan to second anyhow.
Here's Bobby Wilson with 1 out, nobody on. Swings the first pitch and comes up empty on the fastball. Bobby's 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the second. Grounded to third in the 4th. Fouls this one off to the right. It's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. Cliff Lee, 3 punch outs, no walks. 7 hits allowed. Giving up 2 runs in the first inning, 1 in the 4th. Breaking pitch, and Wilson goes down swinging for the second out here in the 7th. Hey folks, groups of 25 or more can enjoy an exciting night of Angels baseball for as low as $6 per seat. Be part of the fan experience that was voted #1 in all of sports. Book your group outing today by calling 888-796-HALO or by visiting angelsbaseball.com/groups. So here's Reggie Willits with 2 outs and nobody on. Shows a bunt, bunts it up the first base line. It rolls foul. Teagarden picks it up in foul territory, and Larry Vanover made the call. It's no balls and a strike. Reggie getting to start in left field is 0 for 2. He popped out to first and hit a fly ball to center in the 5th inning.
Well, what a different inning this is right now. After that flare base hit for Juan Rivera could have been completely different. So all of a sudden you look up, there's 2 outs. And Lee with only 87 pitches thrown here into the 7th inning with 2 outs.
0-1 pitch. A little bit high with the fastball. Evens the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Fernando Rodney is up and loosening for the Angels. He would come on in the 8th, one would imagine. Murphy, Guerrero, Cruz due up for Texas in the 8th. Outside with a fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Reggie shoots one out toward left center field. Murphy was shading him the opposite way, and it falls in for a base hit. Borgone, the previous center fielder, and Murphy, the current center fielder, shading Willits the opposite way. He's able to pull Lee. And Reggie with a 2-out base hit. Spins the lineup back to the top, and Eric Ibar.
Shorten up the swing. punched into left field, left center field for a base hit. Well, this is where you got to force the issue. I know Cliff Lee's very quick to the plate. If Reggie Wills can guess right, see if he can steal a base, get in scoring position, or better yet, a first to third on a base hit.
Ibar takes inside for ball one. Eric 1 for 3, had a single in the bottom of the first inning, came around to score the first run. 2 ground outs since. It is 2-0. This one off the end of the bat over to first. Cantu's got it, takes it himself. That will end the Angels half of the 7th. 7 of the books here at the Big A. Halos have a 3-1 lead. I want to remind you that on Tuesday, August 10th, all fans in attendance will receive a free plaid hat courtesy of Autotrader.com. Come out to the Big A and see your Halos face off against the Royals and pick up a free hat. Get your tickets today at angelsbaseball.com or any of the Angels Stadium ticket windows.
Nice looking lid.
Without question. Fernando Rodney takes over here in the top of the 8th inning. 4-1 marking a 4.32 ERA. Threw the ball well his last time out.
And you got to establish that fastball for a strike. That sets up his secondary pitches, whether it be the changeup or his slider. And you don't have to try to overthrow the baseball. Stay within your mechanics. You could still rush it up there at 96, 97.
He'll be tested here in the 8th inning. Murphy, Guerrero, and Cruz. And the first pitch is the fastball high. Jared Weaver, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 run. It was unearned on 4 hits. Rodney pitched Friday night against Texas, went 1 inning, gave up a hit as Murphy rolls this one over to first. And Napoli has got it, takes it himself, and the leadoff man is retired here to start the 8th inning. Murphy now 0 for 4.
Number 27, designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero.
Brings up Vladimir Guerrero. RBI double in the 6th inning, his 85th run batted in. Guerrero at the start of the day was 3rd in the American League in the RBI category. Swings the first pitch, and that's a bouncer back up the middle. Ibar's got it from behind second base. Throws off balance to first. Got him at first. What a terrific play by Eric Ibar. On a ball destined to go into center field. It's a second out here in the 8th.
And he's playing Vlad in the hole with shortstop. A ton of ground to be able to cover. Not only field the ball, you don't even see him in the picture here. That ball's right up the middle. Great coverage. Catches it and still throws a strong throw with his body motion going into the outfield. What a play by Eric Ibar. That's amazing. He wasn't even in the picture.
No doubt. Probably helped out by that hop off the mound. Slowing that baseball down a little bit, but a terrific play nonetheless as Cruz takes a fastball in there for a strike. Cruz with a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out, so he's 0 for 2. Here's the 1-1. Off speed, swing and a miss. Cruz has been susceptible to that changeup. First from Weaver, now from Rodney. And Fernando ahead of the count, trying to go a 1-2-3 here in the 8th and keep it a 3-1 Angels lead. One-two pitch, got him. A swing, and the pitch goes in the dirt, gets away from Wilson. Bobby picks it up, fires it over to Napoli, and Fernando Rodney sits the Rangers down in order. 1-2-3 here in the 8th, helped out by the terrific defense of Eric Ibar. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Angels up 3-1. No earned runs, 7 strikeout, now leads Major League Baseball with 156. Cliff Lee, 7 innings, 3 earned runs, no walks, only 7 in the entire season. How about the Angels and the Rangers? 10 of 11 games decided by 1 or 2 runs. You say 3-1 Angel lead. Cliff Lee back out there. They'll face 2, 3, and 4 as Sturis, Callaspo, and Hunter.
Well, the amazing thing is the Angels and Rangers have played fly ball there to center field. 12 games. The Angels have scored 46 runs, and the Rangers 47. The Rangers scored 46. It's been that close.
Sturis flying out for the first out here in the 8th inning. 0 for 3 afternoon for Meister, but had a sac bunt in the first. I'll bring up Alberto Callaspo, 1 for 3, an RBI single in the first, and a couple of fly balls to right to Nelson Cruz. And now it's actually Mitch Moreland in right. Brian Fuentes up and loosening for the Angels in the bullpen as Callaspo takes upstairs for ball 1. Texas has some action as well. Darren O'Day, submariners up and loosening. Is he officially classified as a submariner? Is he down under enough?
I'll let Dan Quisenberry, Kent Colby. Not quite. No, he's not 3/4. He's in between submarine and 3/4 delivery.
And what would that be in nautical terms?
Stayed above water.
Periscope level?
I would guess so.
Kayasma takes a strike on the obligatory 3-0 pitch. It's 3-1. Alberto thought he had himself a 1-out walk. And a 3-1 pitch. That is up high, and there is ball 4. First walk issued by Cliff Lee in the 8th on the year as Torrey Hunter will step to the plate. And be sure to visit the official online shop of the Angels at angelsbaseball.com. You can browse the largest selection of official Angels gear, including latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. Get your gear from the official source at angelsbaseball.com shop. So man on for Torrey Hunter with 1 out here in the 8th. Torrey 2 for 3 as he swings the first pitch and fouls it back. At baseball, fouled off the facade of the second deck here, bounding off a step in the lower level and back onto the playing field. Actually in fair territory.
I've never seen that one before.
0-1 pitch. Torrey lines one towards second. That's past Guzman into center. Kayaspo rounding second, heading to third. The throw from Murphy is not handled by Young. That will allow Torrey Hunter to get to second. Everybody is safe. And the Halos have runners at second and third here in the 8th with 1 out. And Mike Napoli coming to the plate.
Boy, a couple insurance runs will be nice. Good piece of hitting. Good day for Torrey Hunter getting his 3rd hit. In another fastball. Teagarden won it on the inside part of the plate. Mislocation. A walk and then a mislocated fastball by Cliff Lee here in the 8th inning. All of a sudden, the Angels in business.
Murphy's throw not that bad either. Just short hopped Michael Young, who couldn't come up with it. And that allowed Torrey to get to second base. Mike Maddox out to talk things over with Cliff Lee. And this is now the new standard as far as pitching coach visits to the mound. Mike Maddox takes forever in relaying his conversation.
And generally has a conversation with an umpire every time.
And then maintains his conversation even with the umpire in attendance. What are you going to tell Cliff Lee?
Exactly.
It's Cliff Lee, man.
He said, what do you think? Those strikes, Babe Ruth's dead. You walk the guy.
Texas will bring their infield in. We kid. We love Mike Maddox. We think he's one of the better pitching coaches in baseball.
Done a great job.
No doubt. They're going to intentionally walk Napoli here with Howie Kendrick on deck.
Maybe the conversation was at asking Cliff Lee, being a veteran that he is, who do you feel more comfortable going after in this spot? Mike Napoli or Howie Kendrick? Mike Napoli more of a guy that will give you that fly ball. And Howie's had his troubles with the bases loaded.
It's only the second time this year that Cliff Lee's had 2 walks in a game. The other coming against the Angels back on May 28th. That was as a member of the Seattle Mariners. And only the second intentional walk issued by Lee. So here's Howie Kendrick. Howie takes the first pitch strike. It's interesting that they decided to intentionally walk Napoli and not tell the infield since they came in. Now the infield back at double play depth. Howie 1 for 3 with a double. 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Boy, just like to see that same approach that Howie Kendrick had yesterday in a couple key at-bats. Crushed the ball to center that Borbone ran down, then next time up, hit one over the fence.
Kayasma third, Hunter at second, Napoli at first. 1-1 pitch. That's hit out to right field. Mitch Moreland's going back, reaches up, makes the catch. That is out number 2. Kayasma tags, crosses the plate. It's a sac fly for Howie Kendrick. 4-1 Angels.
Well, that was that exact approach. Just good swing. Simplify your approach against Cliff Lee and drive the ball. Very good swing. Huge run. Boy, that's a great smooth swing for Howie Kendrick. Try to go on the outside part of the plate, try to get that extra zip on the fastball, the four-seam fastball. Instead gets the fly ball.
Howie picks up his 55th RBI of the year. Here's Juan Rivera with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Juan swings the first pitch, lifts one in the air to right. Moreland drifting back on it. He's under it, makes the catch, and there's out number 3. But the Angels get an insurance run on one hit. They leave 2 on. We head to the ninth. Brian Fuentes in to close things out as the Angels lead it 4-1. Fernando Rodney, or 1-2-3 eighth inning, and Brian Fuentes now here in the ninth trying to close things out, Doobie.
Oh, great job by Fernando Rodney. Brian Fuentes coming into ball games, been throwing the ball exceptionally well of late. 3-1 mark, ERA at 3.73. 19 saves. And his fastball, he's been locating the fastball, particularly on the outside part of the plate early. Throws that sweeping breaking pitch, and then, of course, has a good changeup also.
Well, here in the ninth inning, the Rangers will send up Guzman, Moreland, Teagard in the scheduled 3 batters against Fuentes. Brian trying to pick up his 20th save. In 31 1/3 innings, he's allowed 24 hits. It's a .207 batting average against. 34 strikeouts, 13 walks. Facing the Rangers second baseman, who's 0 for 3 and batting from the right side for the first time. Fuentes misses down and away for ball 1. Brian trying to seal the victory for Jared Weaver. Finally trying to get to that double-digit territory. He's looking for his 10th win. Weaver coming to this one 9-7. Cliff Lee 9-4. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. How about two guys that pitch for teams that have scuffled to put runs on the board? Lee, for the most part, with the Seattle Mariners. That's why he's only at 9 victories. And the same goes for Jared Weaver. He turned a couple of leads over to the bullpen, plus some lack of offense in his starts. That's why he's got a 9-7 record. Fuentes has fallen behind here on Guzman with 3 balls and a strike.
And this is spot 2 when Guzman cannot hurt you unless he walks. Make him swing his way on. Throw a fastball right down the heart of the plate. See if you get him to hit at somebody.
3-1 pitch is fouled back. And it's a full count. Payoff pitch. Guzman fouls it off to the right. Six pitches thus far from Fuentes to Guzman. Cliff Lee looking on. And here's the seventh pitch. That's a fastball, just misses off the plate. That's a leadoff walk.
Number 18, left fielder, Mitch Moreland.
There you go, fastball just off the outside corner. Definitely was out of the zone.
That'll bring up the right fielder, Mitch Moreland, who got the start at first base. Moved out to right, the bottom of the seventh inning after all the changes. He'll take a fastball in there for a strike. Lefty-lefty matchup here with Moreland, left-handed batter. Fuentes on the mound. Moreland 1 for 3, had a single and a stolen base in the seventh. Ended up being stranded at third. Texas having left 7 on base. Angels with 6. 0-1 pitch fouled off to the left. Nice catch by an Angel fan. No glove needed.
Boy, he was right in position to make the play.
It's either him or his chest. Take your pick.
It's all about getting that souvenir.
Moreland backs out at the plate. Fuentes wants a new baseball.
Time you see Fuentes will elevate that fastball above the letter area of the batter.
Benji Molina has come out to the on-deck circle. 0-2 is fouled off to the left again, chasing that off-speed pitch. Benji would be batting for Taylor Teagarden. The 8th spot in the lineup. And the 0-2 from Fuentes. Moreland out to left. Hit pretty well. Reggie Willits curls around and makes the catch. Well struck by Moreland, especially staying in there against Fuentes. There's out number 1.
Did try to elevate that fastball, but a nice job of bringing up his hands and centering up the baseball. Reggie made a nice play on that one.
So 1 out, 1 on for Benji Molina, the pinch hitter.
Benji will hit into a lot of double plays. How about a double play to end the game right here? Give the Angels this series win.
A couple of innings ago, we were talking about the difference for Texas between playing at home and out on the road. It's considerable, especially from an offensive standpoint, as Molina takes his strike. The Rangers, a .292 hitting team at home, only .259 away from the ballpark in Arlington, and they've got a record of 25-22. Yet that being said, they've done everything necessary to earn the lead in the West that they have. As Molina fouls that one back, coming off the mask of Wilson. Well, it snowballs 2 strikes.
Similar numbers with used to be at Coors Field before they ended up using that humidor to be able to even the playing field. That's a big discrepancy between batting average at home. I know the ballpark in Arlington is a very good hitting ballpark. Still, their approach different on the road, but they've pitched very well on the road, and that's why they've been able to maintain this lead.
Oh, 2 pitch. Molina takes upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Texas with a 25-22 record coming into this one with a 4.07 ERA as a staff out on the road. Here's the 1-2. Molina fouls it off to the right. This one will land in seats. So we'll reset and do it again. A win this afternoon puts the Angels 8 games back and will have taken 2 of 3 from Texas here at the Big A for the second time this year. Angels just 1-5 visiting Texas. 3 more here at the Big A in August. 4, at the end of the season. In Texas, as Molina shoots one down the right field line, Rivera puts the glasses down. It's going to stay in play, and Juan makes the catch for out number 2. Guzman stays at first. 2 outs here in the 9th. Up 4-1. And Jorge Cantu will step to the plate for his first plate appearance of the afternoon.
That baseball just kept drifting and drifting in the right field corner. Fortunately, get the out.
Cantu got the start last night at first base. Went into going 1 for 4 with a base hit. Guzman goes, and he'll advance to second on defensive indifference. 1 ball, no strikes on Cantu. Now Wilson and Fuentes will talk it over real quick with the man at second base, making sure they're on the right set of signs. Pitches in at the knees. That'll leave it a count of 1 ball, 1 strike. Cantu got to the big leagues in 04 with the Tampa Bay Rays. Had a very big year in 05 when he hit 28 home runs. It drove in 117. The 1-1. Fastball inside corner. That's a strike. 1 and 2. Angels a strike away from taking 2 or 3 from Texas. And moving a game up. 8 games back is where they would be in the American League West. Here's the 1-2. Off speed shot to right field. Here comes Rivera to fall in for a base hit. Being stopped at third is Guzman. The ball gets away from Napoli. Trickles all the way to Wilson. So a 2-out base hit for Cantu keeps the inning alive. The runners at the corners now. And Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, coming up.
Well, Cantu just did a nice job of hitting ball in the outer half with it. Didn't try to do too much, realizing that base runners are the important thing. Shorten up the swing.
Fifth hit of the afternoon for Texas. Andrus is 0 for 3 with a walk. A ground out, a fly ball out. The fielder's choice is also stolen a base, his 27th. And he'll promptly take a fastball in for a strike. Guzman over at third, and it's Cantu at first. 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike.
And this is the guy you want. You want to keep Michael Young exactly where he is. A lot of power. 15 home runs on the season. Andrus very solid with the bat too, but you want to make sure this is the guy you get.
One pitch grounded to the first baseman, Mike Napoli, on a knee, takes it himself, light that baby up as the Angels seal the victory. 4-1 here on Sunday afternoon. Take 2 of 3 from Texas. Now 8 games back in the West.
Boy, a sweep would have been nice, but the reality is winning the series against a very good ball club in Texas at home here in your building to be able to win the series, very solid. Jared Weaver, outstanding. And of course the hitters did enough against Cliff Lee to be able to scratch across 4 runs, be able to win this game. The defense, outstanding again for the Angels, but above all, they win this game against a very dominant pitcher in Cliff Lee. But Jared Weaver, what a job.
Jared Weaver picks up the win. He is now 10-7 on the year. Cliff Lee takes the loss. He moves to 9-5, while Brian Fuentes picks up his 20th save of the year. Rangers drop the third and final game as the Angels take the season, or pardon me, the weekend series The Sunday afternoon game, 4-1 the final. Stick around for a complete wrap of today's game with Sean Farnham and Jose Mota. Angels Live is coming up next.